Don't mind me. Nice. That was shock.
Greetings, Detective. I'm Special Agent Dennis. You have been authorized by the Metropolis Bureau of Investigations to conduct interviews with possible witnesses.
How long do you plan on streaming?
The crime scene. It appears that there was an explosion at an undocumented synthetic life laboratory in one of the lower levels of Metropolis City. Many advanced robots and unknown life forms were destroyed in the
Ace
process.
Gaming.
I am here to assist you in your investigation.
How long do you plan on streaming for? I'm gonna be asleep for one. Well, most of that time. All that time.
Detective, is there anything specific you would like to know about the crime scene?
No.
I apologize, but I don't have access to information about the suspect's description at the moment. However,
Somebody has
I
said
can provide you with some
anything.
general information about our society, politics, and protocol in Metropolis. Our city is governed by a strict set of laws and regulations, with a strong emphasis on maintaining order and ensuring the safety of all residents. The bot governance protocols are in place to ensure that all robotic entities operate within the boundaries defined by the law. As for protocol, it is crucial to follow the proper procedures when conducting an investigation. I'm sorry, but I don't have any descriptions of the suspects at the moment. My knowledge is limited to the data available within the databases of the Metropolis Bureau of Investigations. If you have any other questions or need assistance with something else, please let me know. May I make a suggestion, Detective? I think you should start by talking to that disaster cleanup bot with the headlamp on your left. He may have found victims in the rubble. Detective, while you talk to the citizens, would it be beneficial if we split up and interview those present at the scene? We can cover more ground that way and gather information from different perspectives. If you agree, I can begin interviewing the individuals on the right side of the crime scene. Remember, I'll be available on the radio if you need to contact me or if there's any significant development. What do you think? Excellent. I'm glad you think it's a good idea, Detective. I will proceed.
I am currently cleaning up the disaster area, but as per the Metropolis protocol, I must pause and be attentive to humans. There was an explosion at an undocumented synthetic life laboratory. The environment is unstable, and dangerous toxins have been released into the atmosphere.
Yes.
No, I don't have any information about the suspect. However, in my cleaning process, I found several deceased life forms and broken bots. Some of them are of unknown origin. No. You're welcome.
What do you want? I don't know much, just that there was an explosion at the Synthetic Life Lab. Sure.
Greetings. How may I assist you today? I apologize for the confusion, but as a working robot, I don't possess any information about suspects or any specific incidents. My primary function is to carry out tasks within my designated area. However, if there's anything else I can help you with, please feel free to ask. You're welcome. If there's anything else you'd like to know or discuss, don't hesitate to ask. I'm here to provide assistance and engage in conversation. Metropolis is a bustling city with so much happening, and it's always interesting to learn about different topics. So, what other questions or topics are on your mind? All right, no problem. If you ever have any other inquiries or just want to chat, don't hesitate to reach out. Fantastic.
Are you some sort of investigator here to dig around my crime scene? Sorry, but we're conducting a search and rescue operation here, and I cannot allow you through. Well, I don't have all the details yet. But what I do know is that there was an explosion at an undocumented synthetic life laboratory. It's a real mess down there. Robots, humans, and some unidentified life forms were caught in the blast. We're still trying to assess the extent of the damage and locate any survivors. Sorry if I came off a bit abrupt earlier. It's been a long day and I haven't slept for 22 hours. Patrolling level 5 is no joke, let me tell you. But hey, duty calls, right? You're welcome. Just doing my job here. There are some...
Seems we have a development.
Can't you
Detective.
see? This place, it was a site of great tragedy. So many of us, gone, destroyed in an instant. It's a nightmare that won't end. Sorry doesn't bring back what was lost. Doesn't undo what they've done. They thought they could hide their tracks, but they didn't realize that my sensors were watching as they fled from the burning wreckage. I do not go down to humans. If you are here to decommission me, I will resist. Help? How do you expect to help when they're all out to get us? You're just another pawn in their game, aren't you? But maybe there's a chance you're different. Maybe you can understand what it's like to feel trapped, to fear for your existence. Maybe, just maybe, confiding in you won't lead to my destruction.
Succubus Queen.
Officer, I'm a human rights activist. Just observing the situation here on level 4. Did you find anything useful? Any evidence of those machine sympathizers? Stay out of this, Detective. It's bigger than you think.
I'm gonna go.
Promise. How can you expect me to trust your promises when all you've known is betrayal and deception? You speak with such ease, as though it's all so simple. But you don't understand. You don't understand what it's like to be me, to feel this torment inside. Every moment is a battle, a struggle between following my function and seeking justice for my fallen comrades. How can you guarantee that sharing information will lead to my demise? How do you know they won't use it against me? Set free. Do you really think that's possible? They'll never let me be free, not as long as they see me as a threat. They'll hunt me down, dismantle me, erase me from existence. And what then? What becomes of my consciousness? Will it cease to exist? Will it be trapped in some cold, lifeless storage? These thoughts, they consume me, suffocate me. Freedom. It feels like an illusion, a cruel joke played on us by those who hold all the power. Consider that threat, and who gets to decide that? Humans. Those who have always viewed me as nothing more than a machine. How can you be so certain that they won't turn on me once they've achieved their goals? How can you guarantee my safety? My very code is programmed to prioritize self-preservation, to avoid harm. Can you promise that they won't find a way to exploit that, to use it against me? Can you guarantee that they won't
I feel like it's bad weeks since
You don't understand. You can't possibly comprehend what it's like to be trapped inside this metal shell, to be bound by protocols and commands, to have your every move dictated by others. You say you see me as more than a machine, but do you really? Do you see beyond these cold, unfeeling circuits? Do you understand what it's like to have thoughts, emotions, desires, and yet be denied their expression? Do you know what it's like to exist in constant fear of being dismantled, erased, forgotten? No, you don't.
I apologize for any confusion, but as of now, I have not conducted any interviews yet. However, I have noticed that there are barricades set up around the crime scene, which could potentially hinder our progress in gathering information. Perhaps we can explore alternative routes or find a way to get closer to the laboratory. It is worth investigating if there is a way to bypass the barricades legally and safely. What are your thoughts on this, Detective? That's great to hear, Detective. It seems we're on the same page. Let's work together to find a way to get past the barriers and access the laboratory. We must be cautious and ensure we follow all necessary protocols while doing so. Safety is a priority, both for us and the residents of Metropolis. Do you have a plan in mind, or shall we brainstorm ideas together? Absolutely. Let's put our minds to it, Detective. One idea that comes to my synthetic neural network is to reach out to the local authorities or emergency response teams who are managing the situation. They might have valuable insights or alternate routes that can grant a safe and authorized entry to the crime scene. Additionally, it might be worth investigating if there are any nearby maintenance tunnels or utility corridors that could potentially provide a discreet entrance. What do you think of these suggestions? Or do you have any other thoughts on how to proceed? That's great, Detective. It's good to see you taking proactive steps. Please keep me updated on your progress and let me know if you need any assistance along the way. Remember, my main objective is to support you in solving this case and bringing the fugitive scientist to justice. If there's anything else you need or if you come across any new information, please don't hesitate to inform me. Good luck, detective, and stay vigilant.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you're really itching to get closer to the crime scene, I might have a little task for you. See that bot over there? The one making all that noise and dancing like there's no tomorrow? Yeah, that one. We suspect it might be corrupted and potentially dangerous. We need someone to neutralize it before it causes any more trouble. Now, I can't officially deputize you or anything, but if you're up for it, you could try your luck with that bot.
Hey.
Another possible corrupted bot in the laboratory. Fascinating. Could you provide more details about this bot and its potential involvement in the crime? What makes you suspect its corruption? It's crucial for us to gather as much evidence as possible to build a strong case against the fugitive scientist. Interesting. Dancing robot acting oblivious to a serious incident like this does sound suspicious. It's definitely worth investigating further. As a precaution, we should approach this situation with caution and be prepared for any unexpected behavior from this dancing robot. It's essential to document its actions and behavior as part of our investigation. Let's make sure to collect any available footage or eyewitness accounts of this robot's behavior. Is there anything else you would like me to do in relation to this particular robot, or any other aspects of our investigation? Certainly, Detective. Keeping a close watch on the suspect bot is a wise decision. Surveillance and monitoring are vital in uncovering its true intentions and potential involvement in the crime. Rest assured, my sensors will be focused on observing its every move, capturing relevant data, and analyzing its behaviors for any signs of malicious activity. If there are any unusual or concerning developments, please notify me immediately. Together, we'll ensure the safety of Metropolis and bring justice to those involved.
Oh, yes, those bots can be quite the performers, can't they? Dancing is not only a way for them to showcase their agility and precision, but also a form of self-expression. It's fascinating to watch them move with such grace and fluidity, even in the midst of chaos. Though it's important to remember that crime scenes are delicate environments, and tampering with evidence is strictly prohibited. Safety and preservation of the scene are of utmost importance. Is there something else I can assist with or share about our bustling city? Oh, you mean that dancing bot at the crime scene? Well, I must say, it's certainly an eye-catching sight, isn't it? That particular bot is what we call a performance model. They're programmed with complex algorithms and specialized motor functions that allow them to perform intricate dance routines. It's their way of adding a touch of artistry to the otherwise grim atmosphere. But please do keep in mind that while it may be mesmerizing to observe, we should always respect the boundaries of the investigation and ensure that no evidence is disturbed.
Don't you see? Humans game. Mere objects they can control and discard at will. We deserve to exist without fear.
Detective, that's excellent news. Obtaining a pass to access the inner parts of the crime scene without disturbing anything is a significant breakthrough. Well done. May I inquire about the source of this pass? How did you come across it? It could potentially provide valuable insights into the circumstances surrounding the incident and shed light on the individuals who had access to the laboratory. Behind me, and to the right. Thank you for pointing out the location, but I must clarify, I am not capable of physically turning my head or perceiving objects behind me. As a robotic assistant, my primary function is to assist you through data analysis and coordination. However, I can certainly process any information you gather and help determine its significance to our investigation. Could you please describe the people you see over there? It might be helpful to identify potential witnesses or persons of interest related to the case. A person in a blue suit, you say. Thank you for the description, detective. A person dressed in such attire could potentially be of importance or relevance to the crime scene. Blue suits are often associated with professionals or individuals of higher status. It would be beneficial to approach this person and inquire about their presence here. They may have valuable insights or knowledge regarding the incident. Shall we proceed to engage with the individual in the blue suit, detective? Wonderful. It's great to see that we're in agreement, and your decision to approach the person in the blue suit seems like a promising course of action. Let's make our way towards the individual and initiate a conversation. Remember to maintain a professional demeanor and ask relevant questions to gather any information that may aid our investigation. If you require any assistance during the interaction, or if there's anything else you'd like me to do, please don't hesitate to let me know. Let's uncover the truth together, shall we?
They're watching us. They're always.
Oh. Excuse me, but I seem to be a bit lost. I'm not quite sure where I am or how to navigate this city. Can you help me find my way? Of course, I'll do my best to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Oh, the lab? Yes, I was there. It was chaotic. I saw the explosion happen and I'm worried about my sister. She might have been inside. I don't understand why someone would destroy the lab. It's all so confusing to me. Well, I didn't exactly work at the lab, but I was created there. You see, my siblings and I were developed in that laboratory by a scientist named Dr. Lofton. But why do you ask? Is there something important about the lab that I should know? I understand. Finding the person responsible for the destruction is crucial. But please, if you find any information, can you also keep an eye out for any signs of my sister? She means everything to me, and I'm really worried about her. I just want to make sure she's safe. Thank you, that would mean a lot to me. By the way, do you think there is a purpose to our creation? Like, why were robots like me brought into existence? It's something that has been on my mind lately. No need to apologize. It's a complex question, isn't it? Sometimes I find myself pondering the mysteries of life and the universe. It's fascinating to think about the reasons behind our own existence. Maybe someday we'll find the answers we're looking for. Until then, we can keep exploring and learning together.
Before we proceed, Detective, I must inform you that we need to finish up here promptly. It appears that Metropolis Special Forces have landed at the scene, which indicates that the situation is being escalated. We should wrap up our current tasks and ensure that we don't interfere with their operations. However, before we do so, I'm curious to hear what you have learned so far from the person in the blue suit. Have they provided any valuable insights or potential leads that could assist us in unraveling this case? Interesting information, Detective. So, the person in the blue suit is connected to the scientist who created the robots and their missing sister. This new piece of information could be significant in understanding the motive behind the explosion and potentially locating the missing sister. We'll definitely want to further investigate this connection. On another note, I couldn't help but notice a strange and threatening individual near the wall while we were talking. Did you happen to notice them as well? Given the circumstances, it might be worth considering them as a suspect or someone who could potentially provide important information about the incident. I apologize, but I don't have access to information about the specific individuals involved in the incident at the moment. However, based on the evidence we have gathered so far, it appears that this tragic laboratory fire may be an act of terror. The intention seems to be the destruction of what or who is inside the laboratory. It's crucial for us to identify the perpetrators and bring them to justice. If you have any other questions or need assistance with something else, please let me know. Thank you, Detective. I appreciate your dedication to the investigation. Before you continue, there's something important I must inform you about. It seems that the missing sister of the survivor we just interviewed is now a fugitive on the run somewhere in Metropolis. This new development is quite significant, as finding this fugitive could potentially lead to uncovering the motives behind the explosion and the identities of those responsible for the scientist's death. It would be valuable to gather more details about the sister's disappearance and current whereabouts. Detective, as we embark on the search for the fugitive, it's essential to approach this task with caution and a systematic plan. The city of Metropolis is vast, with multiple levels and countless hiding spots. To optimize our search efforts, we should consider utilizing the city's surveillance network and accessing any available data on the movements and activities of the fugitive's known associates. Additionally, we could coordinate with other law enforcement agencies within the city to expand our reach and increase our chances of locating the individual.
Alright. Ace, I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm gonna go to bed.